Happening today, an update on the ongoing problems at concierge apartments in Rocky Hill. Lawmakers are actually heading to the complex today. They're going to take a closer look at the repairs going on there.
So as you'll remember, buildings were condemned. Hundreds of people forced out of their homes more than a week ago now. Your reporter Sierra Jordan live with the latest developments. Sierra.
Good morning. State and federal leaders will be walking through this complex later this afternoon. Now, federal lawmakers don't usually get involved in local housing issues, but this shows how serious they're taking these complaints. Congressman John Larson and Senator Chris Murphy, along with the Rocky Hill mayor, will be visiting the complex today. We have learned a federal investigation has now been requested into the owners. Earlier this month, the town deemed the buildings unsafe. Hundreds of tenants had to leave after issues with heat, burst pipes, flooding, and the fire system. The Attorney General's office launched an investigation after our reporting found tenants were left without hot water. While some residents have been able to return, others are staying in the hotel and still don't know when they'll be able to move back in. The property owners say they hope residents can return by the end of the week. We will be here for that tour and bring you any new developments both on air and the WFSB app. Your reporter live in Rocky Hill, Sierra Jordan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Back to you.